Okay. So today's lesson, we're going to be covering a topic called solving quadratic equations by factoring. Okay. So our first problem is going to be 6x squared plus 60 equals 39x. Okay. So first step, right? We need to get all of our variables onto one side. Okay. So how do we do that? We need to subtract our 39 to get it to this side, right? So let's subtract this 39 over here. We're going to do minus 39x, which makes this 6x minus 39x plus 60. I know it really should be after, but that's just the way it goes. This is the order it is, right? We have our 6x squared minus 39x plus 60. Now, what do? What do all these have in common? A 3. Right, we could take out a 3 from all three of these numbers. Let's not forget equal to 0 now, just because of the fact that we took away that 39 and it's equal to 0, and we have to keep this an equation, right? So we have our 6x minus 39x plus 60. Let's take that 3 out of all of these. So we could do 6 divided by 3 is 2. That'd be 2x squared. 39 divided by 3, which would be minus 13x. Take that 60 divided by 3 is plus 20, and let's not forget equals 0 to keep that consistent, okay? So now, what we want to do from here, we're going to use a method called an AC method, okay? The term called AC method, right? What does this do? This takes our A and our C, so to speak, multiplying those, and then taking multiples of that to equal our minus 13, right? So in this case, 2 times A times C, which is 40. Let's break down that 40, right? We can have negative 2, negative 20. No, it's not going to work. What we could do is we could do negative 8 and negative 2. My bad, I'm sorry. And negative 5, right? See why? That negative 8 plus negative 5 adds us together. That is our middle term, but they also multiply to our A times C, right, which is our 40. So now, we're going to use something called factoring by grouping, right? So how are we going to do that? We're going to have our 2x. We're going to break apart that 8. We're going to have our 2x x minus 4. And let's get that 5, that negative 5x minus 4, right? Now, what is our next step from here? So what we want to do, we want to take both our coefficients and put that as a group. And let's not forget equal to 0, right? It's very easy to forget. Let's not forget that equals 0. This is still an equation, right? Equation. Now, we do take both of our coefficients. We have 2x minus 5, and let's not forget equal to 0. We're going to be taking those out and equaling them to 0. Everything here equals 0, right? So what do? Let's solve for x. We have plus 5 plus 5. 2x equals 5. Let's solve for x. Divided by 2, divided by 2. We have 5 over 2. X equals 5 over 2. Bam, there's one solution. Next, we have our x minus 4. Right? Let's not forget our x minus 4. Equal to what? Plus 4. Plus 4. X equals 4. There we go. I think a common misconception is that, there's a 6, right? There's a coefficient in the beginning. Well, what am I going to do now? But no, it's really not that much more difficult, although it is very intimidating, especially when we have, multiple methods to use, one of them being the AC method, as was shown over here. I'm going to pause this real quick and we're going to go to the next. Okay, moving on to our next problem. We have an x squared plus 6x minus 16 equals 0. Right? So what do we do here? We got a factor, right? We need two numbers that multiply to our third, which is negative 16, that are going to add to our 6. So what could that possibly be, right? Let's get that negative 16. Let's break that down, right? What can we do? We have negative 4 and 4. Now, that's just going to be 0, right? So what we could do 16 and 1. No, that's not going to work either. We could do 8 and 2, right? Well, what's it going to be? We could do -2 and 8, right? So I got that -16, and we're going to add to that 6. Perfect. There we go, right? So we have our x -2, and we have our x plus 8. Let's not forget our equation, which is equal to 0. Correct? So now what we want to do is we want to extract both of these groups, essentially. We're not factoring by grouping, but we're going to pull both of these out. X -2 equals 0, right? And we also have our x plus 8 equals 0. We have both of our things. They're equal to 0 here, both of our pairs. So what we're going to do, we solve for x. We're going to add 2, x equals 2. That's one solution. Subtract 8, solve for x equals -8. Beautiful, right? Awesome. So now, what I want to do is I want to assign some work for you guys real fast. Okay? First problem is going to be, so this is some assigned work. Okay? Our first problem is going to be 2x squared plus 12x minus 32 equals 0. Now remember, like I said, that a common misconception is, there's a coefficient, so it's so much more difficult now. No, it's really not that much more difficult. Just take it, steps required, and you can get it done, right? Our second is going to be x squared plus 9 plus 14 equals 0. A little bit easier. Not that much easier, right? Because this isn't that much more difficult in and of itself. Yeah, thanks for joining the lesson.